Welcome to the 2020-21 school year. In Louisville ISD, the safety of our students has always been our top priority. Even in the face of a global pandemic, our goal is to provide a safe and secure environment for our students to thrive and succeed. With the ever-evolving circumstances surrounding COVID-19, we know that the school year will look a lot different than any year we've ever experienced. However, we want to assure you we're taking the necessary steps to ensure the safety, health, and overall well-being of our students. While we look forward to welcoming students back to campuses this school year, we also need your help in keeping everyone safe. Before returning to campuses this fall, this video will provide an overview for the guidelines and important information to know under Level Orange COVID-19 status. As we mentioned earlier, school will look different than years past. Changes will include updated signage and how students can enter school buildings. All campuses will have designated entry points to help guide student traffic flow. Once students arrive on campus, students will be directed where they can enter the building. As students enter the building, several actions will take place. Campus staff will screen students, ensure students are wearing their IDs, and staff will check to ensure students are wearing facial coverings properly. Students will also be required to use hand sanitizer before entering the building. Once inside the building, students will be allowed to pick up a quick breakfast or proceed to their classroom. As school gets underway, we will continue to work diligently to ensure student and staff safety. Some examples include staggered student releases from class to limit traffic in the hallway and hallway traffic flow patterns. Please keep in mind these traffic patterns will be designed for the population and building layout at each campus. Restrooms will also be restricted during passing periods. We ask that students be attentive and follow these and other guidelines so we can all stay safe. While we know these changes will take some adjusting, we're confident our students will do their best to be safe in and around school buildings. Face coverings or face masks will be required for students and staff in open or common areas, hallways, and in the classrooms when physical distancing is not possible. If you believe you have health concerns that would restrict wearing a facial covering, please reach out to your school nurse for additional information. For months, you've likely heard the terms social distancing or physical distancing. You've probably seen signage on floors or the countertops of your local stores asking you to follow social distancing guidelines. Students can expect their schools to have similar signage too. While in the hallways and when moving to different classes, students will be asked to adhere to the one-way expectations throughout the building. In many cases, students will only be able to go one way and may be required to take a specific stairway to help increase safety when transitioning from class to class. Students will also be expected to socially distance throughout the school day. Students will not be allowed to gather in groups in common areas or in the classroom. For safety purposes, many common areas and flex spaces will not be in use. Lockers will not be used this school year either. Students should plan to use a sturdy backpack to carry all personal items and supplies. Extracurricular lockers and storage will be discussed by respective coaches and sponsors. Increased sanitizing and hand washing is very important this school year. Students will be asked to sanitize their hands upon entering the school building. And in addition, prior to entering a new classroom, students will be asked to sanitize to help prevent the transfer of germs or bacteria. Students can expect to sanitize their hands multiple times a day. Each school provides sanitation stations and hand sanitizer for students and staff to use while on campus. This school year, the cafeteria will offer grab-and-go breakfast and lunch options. Students purchasing lunch items will do so with safety and social distancing in mind. When standing in line, students must follow the floor clings directing them to remain 6 feet away from their peers. No crowding or gathering will be allowed. Individual grab-and-go meals will assist in minimizing contact with food trays, plasticware, and cups, and increase safety and sanitation for each student eating at school. Areas used for eating will provide space for distancing as well. There will be a limited seating in the cafeteria, so some students will eat in the classrooms on a rotating basis. For everyone's safety and security, no visitors will be allowed at lunch and no lunch drop-off will be accepted. This means you'll need to bring your own lunch to school with you when you arrive on campus, or you'll need to purchase a grab-and-go lunch at school. Finally, let's talk about sharing. When we return to campus, it's very important students do not share school supplies with friends. This includes not sharing or passing around your iPad, cell phone, or other items in technology. Students in need of supplies should ask a teacher who may be able to help provide what they need for the class. Please know library and classroom books may be out of circulation due to waiting period guidelines. In order to practice social distancing, students will remain in their classrooms until an administrator dismisses their class over the PA system. Campuses will have several different exits and categories of dismissal, such as bus riders, walkers, or parent pickup. This procedure allows for a staggered dismissal, the minimization of large groups, and proper social and physical distancing. The guidelines and procedures we shared today includes the most up-to-date information that we have at this time for the level orange COVID-19 status. However, our protocols could change as the circumstances in our communities change. We ask that our LISD family remain flexible and nimble as we return to school this fall. We appreciate your help and cooperation in keeping everyone safe. And we thank you for partnering with us in the education of your children and for your continued support of Louisville ISD.